If you're anything like me, you probably stress over finding that perfect camera bag. 2 years ago, I backed the Kickstarter campaign for the Peter McKinnon Nomatic 35L camera bag in hopes that it just might tick all of the boxes. Coming in at $400, this is by far the most expensive camera bag I have ever purchased, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about my experience with this exact bag, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and whether or not I can recommend this bag after 2 years of use. Let's start off with the overall look and feel of the bag. They went with a fairly minimalist design and a black on black color scheme that matches just about everything, and at a glance it also doesn't really look like a camera bag, which is important because when you're at airports in different cities, you don't want people to know that you have a bunch of expensive camera equipment on you. One group of people that will notice you though are other photographers. Being such a popular bag in the photography space, I've been approached by numerous photographers that just wanted to talk because they noticed what backpack I was wearing. Material wise, almost the entire bag is made out of this ripstop nylon, and aside from this little blemish here on the front, it almost looks like new still. If you look at the side of the bag or the bottom of the bag, the material is held up very, very well over time. It is not waterproof, but it is definitely very water resistant. I've never had water or dust or anything get inside of the bag. And as far as the hardware, all of the handles, all of the straps, all of the zippers, even the zipper pulls, none of them have broken, none of them have bound up or had any kind of problem. So as far as durability, this backpack has been extremely durable over these last 2 years. Comfort wise, I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. I've taken this bag on some pretty long hikes, as well as just had it on my back all day long, and it's always been very comfortable. The straps themselves are pretty thick with a good amount of padding. They're also made out of this nice soft mesh material that forms pretty well to your shoulders. There's some adjustability up here at the top. There's a lot of adjustability down at the bottom. You have an adjustable sternum strap, you have a removable waist belt, and the bag itself has an aluminum frame inside to help distribute a lot of that weight. But the only reason I have to take some points off here is Nomatic chose to use this almost like neoprene type material on the back, and it just does not breathe. So I would really like to see Nomatic use almost this mesh material or cut some channels in here for some better airflow. But other than that, a very comfortable bag. It just can get a little hot on longer hikes. On the exterior of the bag, we have handles on each of the 4 sides, and these handles just really help whenever you're kind of putting the bag in and out of overhead bins or sliding the bag under a seat in front of you. On the top, you have a oversized handle that has some padding, and this just helps whenever the bag is fully loaded. This can weigh 25-30 pounds, and so having a nice big padded handle on top just really makes moving the bag around a lot easier. On this first side, we have a camera access door. I do wish that they put, some mesh pockets or just something inside here so you can put batteries or SD cards or filters or just something. It just seems like this is wasted space. And then on the other side of the bag, we have a magnetic water bottle holder, and this is also for your tripod. At the top here, there are some loops where you can add in a optional just like tripod strap. And then one nice thing that they did do for the water bottle pocket, because the pocket itself is made out of soft mesh, they put some nylon on the bottom here. So when you are putting your tripod in here, you don't have to worry about the feet, going through this soft mesh material. There is some more durable nylon on the bottom. But one of my major gripes of this bag is I wish that they would have put 2 water bottle pockets, just one on each side. I find myself almost never using this side access door for the camera, and I would have loved to have an extra pocket for a water bottle, because if you are putting your tripod in here, which I most of the time am, there's really nowhere else on this bag to put a water bottle unless you put it inside in the camera compartment, which is a bad idea for obvious reasons. And so typically if I'm carrying a tripod, I just can't bring a water bottle with me. Continuing on the back here, we have one of my favorite pockets. This is just a little side access to get to a laptop. And so when you're going through airport security, you don't have to unzip your whole bag and show everybody that you're carrying camera equipment. You can just open this, grab your laptop, run it through, quickly put it back in. Love having this just quick access outside of the main compartment. And then on the front of the bag, we have one last little compartment, and this is also RFID blocked. And so I understand what they were trying to do here, thinking that you could probably put credit cards or a wallet or a passport or something in here, and it's going to have RFID blocking, except being on the back of a backpack in a fairly like easy location that somebody could pull this. You can't lock, there's no way to lock this anywhere. And so I've never put my wallet back here. I've never put my passport back here. I would just be too afraid that somebody could easily just grab in here and grab it. And then also being on the back, and it's not a very deep pocket either. You can't really put sunglasses or car keys or anything, because every time you go to get your camera equipment out, you're pushing this pocket into the dirt or into the ground or onto some rocks. So I've just found myself not using this pocket really for anything, because whatever needs to go in here is going to get pushed, you know, constantly onto the ground with all of the weight of your camera equipment on top of it. I would have much rather saw this pocket kind of either up here on the top or on the side. And I would love to see, you know, maybe a little pocket on the back itself for passports or your wallet or something, just somewhere that isn't as accessible as just this easy to get at pocket here on the back. The first of two interior compartments. This first one I like to call more of a clothing compartment, because if you are going to be doing a 2-day weekend, this is where you can put all of your extra clothing. So you can fit an extra pair of pants, an extra t-shirt, you can throw a jacket or something in here. You have some sewn in little pockets here. On the opposite side, we have some mesh pockets, pretty generous in size. And then you have this really nice big mesh pocket here on the back. So you can put basically anything you would need for a 2-day or 3-day trip inside of this compartment. On the back, there is also an extender for this compartment, so you can unzip this and that'll give you a little extra room if you need to pack something like a bulky you know, jacket or something like that. Mainly what I use this compartment for is just throwing a rain jacket or something like that in here. Or I've actually found that if you have a Ronin gimbal, this actually fits in this pocket really nicely. So you just take the bottom of the gimbal off, you loosen this up, and you can just easily fit the gimbal in here. Use your clothing tie-down strap to hold the gimbal in place, and now you have a nice little spot to throw your gimbal, and just a zipper. Oh, now you have a nice spot for your gimbal. So that is typically what I use this back pocket for. And next up, we have the main camera compartment. You'll probably actually be able to hear this, but the zippers on this camera compartment are just very, very chunky. And there's a ton of weather sealing here along the edge. And so this camera compartment is really sealed from the elements. So no water, no dirt, nothing like that is getting in. There's also a good amount of padding here on the back, and there's also a decent amount of padding here. And so I've never had any camera equipment get damaged while being in this backpack. And this is kind of the standard layout that I typically use. You can move it around. I do wish that they offered more dividers. This is the max number of dividers that come with the bag. And if you do want to order more, these small dividers, you can get a pack of them for $45, and these bigger dividers, a pack for $60. And so ordering new dividers is not cheap. I do wish that they gave you a few more, but I know there was a trip that I took this bag on to Florida, and I was able to fit my Canon R6, a Canon C70, a RF 15-35, a EF 24-105, Mavic Air 2S with the DJI Pro controller, 3 batteries, filters for the R6, extra batteries for the R6, extra batteries for the C70, and then I had my tripod on the outside, and I think all in it was like almost 40 pounds of camera equipment, and it all fit within this bag. So if you need to carry a ton of camera equipment, you can definitely do so here. And then on the flip side of this bag, you have 2 little mesh pockets here. And so this is great for hard drives, SSDs, memory cards, and then there's also a little pocket up here. I actually use this pocket a lot if I have like a script or some paperwork. You can put that in here. That way it's not getting all kind of like crumpled up or anything like that. And so that is the main camera compartment for this bag, which kind of brings us up to pricing and my recommendations. Something I didn't hit on is this exactly what it's doing right now is I do love that the bag holds itself up, another massive perk, but price-wise it is not cheap. Like I said at the beginning of this video, it's $400. 2 years later, it is still $400 for just the base bag itself with dividers inside. If you want the bag with the dividers and all of the accessories, so the battery case, the SD card case, the little smaller backpack kind of bag combo that goes in here, it is $675. A lot of money to spend on a backpack. And so would I recommend it? To the right person, yes. $400 for this bag is a lot of money. So I can't recommend this bag to everybody, but it has been super durable over the past 2 years. I've had 0 problems with it. I've had 0 things break on it. Everything kind of looks and feels and works like new. And so it is a very high quality bag, and you are paying for that. But I think for the right person, if you are doing some weekend trips, if you are doing some longer excursion kind of stuff, this bag is really good for that. I think that there is better, daily backpacks out there. I wouldn't consider this a daily backpack at 35 liters. I also think that if you do a lot of extreme hiking or sports and stuff like that, there's better backpacks out there that are tailored just to the extreme sports. But if you're like me and you're kind of a weird hybrid of everything, where you do weekend trips, you do longer trips, you do hikes, you do trips into the city, you have drones and cameras and lenses and everything, I think that this is a great bag for people like me that kind of need a bag to be a lot of different things. And that's going to do it for this video. If you guys have any further questions regarding this backpack, please leave them in a comment down below and I'll try my best to answer them. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another one.